You are now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Episode 16, Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. I'll give you 3 fucking guesses where I'm recording again. I am in the fucking van again, but I'm happy though. Everyone's home today. We left early, painted all day at the new house, getting ready to move, the big move, and I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm a little nervous. Never really done anything like this before. This is all new to us. So been doing a lot of fucking around over there. So that's why content's been a little spotty, lacking. Fucking packages are going out kind of on the last day. The last day of the window. It's been tight, trying to keep what I need here and bring what I think I don't need to the new place because it's like 45 minutes away. So I gotta kind of try to keep an eye on everything and like, all right, well, I need this. I know I got this coming up. I got this still listed on the site. I could need this. It's a lot to fucking think about, man. But anyway, here we are again. I know I keep promising guests. I know. Let me get in this fucking new place. And then I'll start figuring it out. I don't want to. I want it to be good. I don't want it to be fucked up. I want a good place. I guess it could be kind of funny. Other people do shit like that. Me and somebody sitting in a van, but I kind of want to do it right. At least for the first one, anyway. So I've been going back and forth again, as usual, with what I should talk about tonight. And I wanted to kind of revisit last week's episode because it was pretty hardcore. And I always listen to the podcast either the next day or the day after on my way to work, which is an hour commute. So I usually have enough time to get the episode in and listen. And normally, in all the episodes, 14 prior, I didn't notice anything that was worth revisiting and mentioning again. But in this one, this was probably my one of the most personal stories that I could tell. Most serious, definitely most serious stories that I could tell. But what I really wanted to point out were a couple things where I misspoke or I didn't explain. See, I have this fucking terrible habit where, and I do this, in person too, is I know what I'm talking about. And I don't mean that like, I know how to fucking wire a fucking whatever. I know what I'm talking about. No, I mean it like when I'm telling something to somebody or to a group of people or to anyone, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm trying to say. I fully understand what the fuck I mean. And I have this terrible habit of just assuming that so does everybody else. Like sometimes I'll just pick up right in the middle of something that means fucking nothing to anybody. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, what I'm referencing, who I'm referencing, what. There is no point of reference. And I'll just start like, yeah, I knew I shouldn't have done that. Oh, man, yeah, he was right. Yep. Who was right? What shouldn't you have done? What the fuck you talking about? Oh, 3 weeks ago, I was sitting there, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, so I know what I'm saying. And when I'm telling a story, like, I get carried away sometimes because I know these details and all these other things. And I've told this story a few times, and I know the details, so I sometimes forget to mention things or whatever. The first thing, I misspoke. I said I was charged with 2 first-degree assault, 1 second-degree assault, and I pled guilty to 2 first-degree assault. That's inaccurate. I got charged with 2 first-degree assault and 1 second-degree assault, and I pled guilty to 2 second-degree assault. That was my guilty plea. So I misspoke. I said that wrong. That's not what it was. It was 2 second-degree assaults, what I pled guilty to. And when I was talking about the guy who came and picked me up from the apartment complex, and I said, he's got like these back problems or whatever. I used to feature him on albums and shit. He's a family friend, and I've known him since I was a baby. The point I was making about the back problems, walking with the cane and shit, and the point I didn't say was I watched him through the curtain of the balcony when he pulled up. He was walking normal as fuck. I didn't see him. There was no limping when he hopped out with the fucking 44. There was no fucking, I didn't see no cane. There was none of that shit. So I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I don't know if that whole shit is a scam or something, but he's the fucking man. He's been a little hiding in the house a little bit since the Rona Bona got him fucking scared, but he's thorough as fuck when it comes to shit like that. Maybe I'll post this picture I got of him and I from many years ago. I used to go to his house every morning. Like I would leave because I was on probation, and I in the midst of my massive alcohol problem, and I would go hang at Gordy, who we call Tick. I used to go hang at his house, which is Paulie's uncle's house, over on Caroline Street off of South Clinton Avenue, and I used to spend a lot of time there because I could just do whatever the fuck I wanted. I ran that shit. and everyone was cool, and I had fun over there, but I would wake up shitty from the night before, and I would fucking drive over to the west side. Gary lives like around the corner from where I grew up, off of Saratoga. And I'd drive over there in the morning. He would usually call me at like 8:30 in the morning, back in the old Nokia cell phone days, and leaving crazy voicemails and shit. Coffee's on. I think I got one of them recorded. Maybe I'll put one at the end of one of these one time. It's kind of funny. But he call me. Coffee's on. Fucking. I used to go there and we drink coffee and shit and watch the fuck was that shit? What is that show that's on Sunday mornings on like NBC or something? That's got the and it's got the sun and shit that comes up. What the fuck was it? I don't know. Anyway, I would go there and watch that shit with him. It was like a ritual, and it became like normal. And then it would be like lunch. He would make tacos and fucking all this shit, and I used to go hang out with him and shit. See, I know what I'm talking about. I don't even know how the fuck I got off on this tangent. But Gary is a fucking cool ass dude, man. He's always been a solid dude, but he's been laying low for a little bit, and Corona's kind of fucked up. So anyway, that was one of the inconsistent. It's not inconsistency. It was just I didn't finish what the fuck I was talking about. And then another thing that I forgot to talk about is the kid that gave me a ride in that 4-door Honda. He was all in the paperwork too, snitching. And I was like, damn, why this dude went out of his fucking way to go snitch, to go fucking find the police and snitch? Well, I ended up he sued me. He tried to get in on the lawsuit and said that I got blood all over the interior of his car, and he tried to sue me for detailing. And the judge, I didn't even have a chance to respond. And the judge threw it out because they said, did you let him in your car, I guess? And he said, yeah, I willingly let him in the car. And he's like, well, that's just fucking your bad. Well, that fucking little bitch tried to sue me. Who the fuck does that? You know? And then there was a bunch of people that fucking ratted on me. Paperwork is just full of people. Like all these people. More than like that one gangster dude I was talking about. He died, I guess. I just heard that shit. I didn't even know that. But Another person, not just the main guy that sued me that I cut, but the other guy who was snitching, and then saying on the radio that wasn't snitching. He must have died like shortly after that. But anyway, all kinds of people were writing, signing their name on my face and shit. And even some people were like, I seen him carrying a casket at the funeral. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like 100 people seen me do this shit. But yet, fucking all these people still felt the need to have to go and tell the law. I guess they were mad though. But I understand. I guess I'd be pissed too if someone did that to my friends and shit. But I wouldn't be fucking, oh, go snitch. Fucking kidding me? I came home. I shouldn't even say that. I can't even say, but when I got home, there were fucking 30s all on the table. Fucking, man, my stepdad, he goes hard as a motherfucker. He wasn't fucking playing. And he was ready because he knew that they had my address, because they had my shit. He was fucking ready. He's fucking hardcore, man. That's a hardcore dude right there. Stevie's a fucking gangster. He's from the fucking 19th Ward. But see, I say that, and that only makes sense to like a handful of people that are listening right now. But he's a city boy like me. But he's a solid ass dude. He swooped in and scooped me when I was 5, man. And yeah, I love him. Anyway, where were we? Oh, so that actually kind of bothered me because and then the main part that bothered me. Fucking Zip reached out and he said, "Yo." He was like, well, what was the different story? You said you told this story differently. And I did. And and he's right. I started off that story by saying I told this story differently in the past. And, well, excuse me, what I am guilty of, and I can admit this because I'm an adult, is I used to leave out the part where I just cut the fucking dude in the face right off the bat. He spit on me, all that. He spit in my mouth and shit, and then I fucking assaulted him. But when I would tell people the story, I bullshitted. I said that, I got jumped, and then I fucking had to save myself. But because I was embarrassed and ashamed that I don't know what it was kind of a monster, I fucking, I don't know if, I guess it's 50-50. Some people would say, he's lucky you didn't fucking kill him, shoot him, whatever, for spitting on me multiple times in my mouth and shit, that other people would have fucking ended his life. And then other people are probably like, Jesus, dude, what the fuck are you doing? That you should have took the high road on that. And I know, but I don't know, not but, like, yeah, now as I'm older and I have things to lose, yeah, I would probably, something like that, I probably wouldn't have handled the same way now. It would be handled more strategically, or at a later date. But I definitely wouldn't be doing none of that shit, leaving the wallet behind. But a lot of people are probably like, so anyway, I'm getting off track again. So, yeah, I was embarrassed. I was ashamed that I fucking was a monster, And I don't know if you're ever not a monster anymore, but and I used to not want people to judge me because no matter what, I thought I was right. I know it was the wrong thing to do, but I still think I did the wrong thing for the right reason in my fucked up way of thinking, because this dude was definitely a bully, and I don't know, I never heard much more after that, but I would have to imagine that he might have got cured of that at that point, because I was just a fucking little kid, and that might have changed his perspective on why you don't fucking fuck with people. But I don't know. Don't spit on people, man. For real, don't fucking do that shit. So that's why. And I've always tried to be, as especially recently in the last bunch of years of my life, even if I've hurt people's feelings, I've tried to be upfront, honest, and transparent, and sometimes it hurts people's feelings, and but it's better than not being honest about things, and yeah. So if I have confided my story in you at any point and I told you that I got attacked first, that's not what happened. I mean, I guess I was assaulted first, but well, so another thing about this case, man, if you sat down and talked to me like in person, man, this is how like me and True and shit, how we get like fucking, we'll be sitting there talking and fucking it just goes on and off and all these branches of different shit. Like as you can see, I then things fire in my, and now I'll probably forget what I was about to say because I'm actually trying to bring it back right now and I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about. What the fuck was I about to say? What was I gonna say? Something about, damn, I don't even know. Oh shit, I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say. I just got off track, and then I was like about to say something else, and then I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry if I ever said that to you. You know, I'm a fucking, I'm not a good person for that, but I'm really fucking trying. You know, I've done a lot of wrong in my life, and I've done a lot that I'm not proud of, and I've done a lot that I regret, and I try to make up for that by being a better person, being an honest person, and just trying to, I try to do the right thing when I can, you know, like when the opportunity arises to do the right thing or to not do the right thing, I typically tend to do the right thing. And usually if it's the wrong thing, it's because I fucking want to do it, not because there's some massive moral dilemma where I'm like, let me weigh this up here. What should I do? No, if fucking, I don't even really have a good example because I don't really get these moral challenges really as much as I used to. But I try to, I'm trying to be a better fucking person. And I don't know, maybe talking to you guys and hearing myself when I listen back, maybe it makes me think about what I say more, or think that what I say has meaning. Whereas I guess you could go in your life saying things or promising things or whatever, and just putting things out and with no repercussions, but I've been trying to say the right things and do the right things and do right by the people who have done right by me, and people who haven't, and people who I believe are I can't want to say out to get me, because I don't really think anyone's out to get me, but I'm trying to distance myself from negative people, and And that's like one of the things I picked up from listening to Bus and on the Machine podcast, is positivity is a big part in like leading a happy life or a healthier life, whether it be mentally or physically, and it is difficult to find positivity sometimes, but there was like this, it's probably bullshit too. It's probably another one of them bullshit things that I read about somewhere on the fucking fake internet. But it says it was about Albert Einstein fucking wrote for the class, the math problems 1 times 9. And I'm like trying to think right now because I don't know my multiplication tables. But anyway, he went 1 times 9, 2 times 9, 3 times 9. He wrote the correct answer. And then at some point he wrote the wrong answer. And it's very something simple, and then wrote the rest of the correct ones, and everyone laughed and shit. And he said at the end of the lecture, he was like, I did that because I wanted to show you that no matter how many of the other questions or problems I got right, everyone only reacted to and remembered the one that I got wrong. And that's true. I think in life that you can do a lot of good, and a lot of people will accept your good deed, but the second you do, I don't even want to say wrong. Like, it might not even be the second you do something wrong. It might be the second that you say no. And they always remember that. They won't remember the 20 other fucking times you helped them before that. But they'll remember that one time where you said, man, I can't do it, And that's I'm trying to make those occurrences, I don't want to say less frequent. Not saying, I'm just going to say yes to everybody, but I'm trying to make my negative impact on people less. If that makes sense. If I'm trying to convey that, I guess, my negative footprint, I want it to be less of one. I want to just try to do good things, and don't take this like, here it goes. This is the downfall of fucking Devastator, that edgy shit, that fucking shit talking, because it's not, man. I just I know I had the reputation for a long time of like fucking saying wild shit and fucking starting problems and all this stuff. And then I would get so hung up when I would argue with people. And sometimes by the end of some meaningless internet argument, I would feel bad. Like, I would say, like, I would, and this is fucked up, right? But this is my mom in me. I would end up like clicking the person's profile, right, that I'm arguing with, and I see like he's walking his dog, he's playing with his kids, shit like that, and we're arguing about his point of view, his opinion, and I'm fucking motherfucking cocksucker, all that to him. And he's just like a regular dude who's got an opinion, and I don't think anyone should get an opinion forced upon them, because we're all entitled to our opinion on things, and a lot of people got an opinion on me and what I do, and I want people's idea of me to be like, that guy's all right, he's all right. He's an all right dude. And I don't want it to be negative. I don't want it to be like, yeah, he's a fucking asshole. But there is only so far I can go. I can't give this shit away. I mean, I do. I have. But I can't all the time. And some people take it personally. And but that one's an easy one for me to justify, because people do spend their hard-earned money to get products that I've created, and And it's not fair to them for me to just hand that shit out to whoever asks, because they won't even ask. They just buy it. You don't even need to ask for. And then I've had people hit me up after I just bought this. I've been looking at your stuff for so long, and I just now got the money to be able to do it. I've been on the page for 3 years, and I just now, maybe who the fuck knows, maybe they were 13 years old or something and just got a job and got some money or whatever. But that kind of shit means a lot to me. So that's why I can't give the fucking farm away, man. It's mainly because if I give it away too much, then it will cease to exist. But because there are people out there who have fucking saved or who have patiently waited to be able to be a part of this, and I shouldn't say be a part of this, because be a part of this doesn't mean buy something. I don't. I do care if you buy things. Don't get me wrong, but you don't have to buy anything to fucking send me a message and chop it up and fucking and say, yo, you could take a crank marker and write fucking dev team all you want. I'm totally fine with that, man. I always said, when it comes to like people have asked me like, yo, can I put dev team on shit? Can I throw that shit up? I'm like, yeah. I said, everybody's dev team until you're not. You know what I mean? Like, there's no application. You're fucking your team until you're not, until you're no good. You know what I mean? Till you're fucking out. Well, I guess I can safely say that I've did a ton of fucking rambling tonight and just talking. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about half the time. I guess I'm just stressed out. I'm stressed and nervous. And I don't know what the future is gonna hold when we leave here. I'm sitting out front of this apartment. I've been here 13 years. I raised my kids here and shit. And I don't know what the future, and by the future I mean the next couple weeks, is gonna bring in this new place. And it's bigger and it's fucking more money, and I just worry. Ooh. That was my neck and shit. So I don't know what to do. I don't know why I'm just chatterboxing out here. And I'll probably put some title on here and people will be like, yeah, skip it. But I wish I could remember what the fuck I was about to talk about. I was about to make a point and shit about fucking, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't have the fucking headphones, or else I'd say I'd go back and like listen real quick and see what the fuck I was finna talk about. You know what? For the first time ever, I'm about to pause this shit right quick. And I'm gonna go back and see what the fuck point I was gonna try to make. I'm gonna see if I can find it, and then I'm gonna come right back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna be right here. I'm just gonna pause this shit and see if I can do it.